So I would tell other moms who are interested in or even thinking about joining Kiana and Investiva, just do it. Go for it. There is nothing to lose, but everything to gain. Everything to gain. She is a rare jewel and offers so much and is so generous with her talents, her knowledge, and how much she shares that allows me and her other students to earn money and make good money in the stock market and learn how to do it on our own and become empowered that way. And you never know what's going to happen. I've always wanted to be financially free on my own, independently, and that's my goal. And the 5-year thing, that's one of the things I see in 5 years as well. I am Misty, and I live in Birmingham. My husband, Brad, and I have 2 children, Braxton and Catherine. Braxton is 22 and Catherine is 17. I also have a business of my own, Bama Sports Yoga, and I teach sports-specific yoga to athletes and love every minute of it. I joined Investiva in July of 2017. It seems like much longer. It's been wonderful. The reason I joined Kiana is because of her magnetic personality, and immediately I could tell she is passionate, extremely intelligent, funny, and knows her stuff. And I happened to be looking for an investment club because my mom, who had recently passed away, had wanted me to be in an investment club, and I wanted to honor her that way. And I got lucky and found Kiana. Investiva helped me to get started with investing in a smart, wise, intelligent way. I had played around a little while prior to finding Kiana and Investiva and had lost quite a bit. So it has truly helped me. Prior to that, I had been patient and watched 2 other companies I'd invested in, patiently watched them become delisted. So I came into this like, and she's been amazing. And part of the 2 that delisted were suggestions from an older man, a male friend of ours, family friend. He's done well. I've been paying out of pocket for medical care for about 12 years. Just about all of my inheritance, and $20,000 of that I lost was part of my mom's inheritance to me, and or what I inherited from her. I've been able to make back, enough to support myself basically, while my husband's income has covered everything else. But I'm a yoga instructor. We don't make much. And, unless once I get well, I can start bringing in team members and, have a business that way, having folks work with me. But this is how I've been paying for my medical expenses. So Investiva has helped me to manage my risk. It took some time because I'm very hard-headed and willful and impatient and can be impulsive. I am not so much anymore, thanks to Investiva and working with her long enough. I've had that thought recently that if I had not stuck it out this long, I might not have reached the point where I am now, where I can sit back and look at, the stocks, everything in red in my portfolio and not freak out and think of it as sale, bargain basement day, and it's exciting. That has been a huge change. And so I'm not as risky, I'm not as impulsive, I'm more patient, all thanks to Investiva. Investiva has helped me to choose the stocks that are right for me and for my risk tolerance, because Kiana is so thorough and does her homework more than her homework, and just is brilliant. And based on her technical analysis, the fundamentals, the political situation, the global economy, all of it plays together. And that's one of the things I love, is the social aspects of it as well. And she covers it all. You know, what they're saying on the street, you know, it's really helped me make decisions based on my risk tolerance. And I've chosen some really good ones thanks to her. Because Kiana is so well versed in the technology, in the tech industry, and AI, and all the exciting things that are happening now, it's just thrilling to me. I mean, it's amazing to me. I'm didn't realize what a numbers girl I was, and what a I knew I'd always wanted to be a pilot like my dad, but now I want to go to the moon. You know, there's so many possibilities with AI, and it's been eye-opening and really interesting, and it's also fun to be able to speak intelligently about these things when I'm out and about with friends. Investiva has helped me with my personal financial management by helping me understand my risk tolerance, helping me to accept the fact that numbers are numbers. It is what it is. It's not that money doesn't grow on trees. It's when I get to look at it every day and in my portfolio, and working with someone who does understand finances so well, and how to make your money work for you, I am learning that. There's a huge learning curve for me. I am learning a lot, and I'm very grateful for that. Kiana has helped me to create personalized investment strategies by being one-on-one. She's very personal, easy to talk with, listens, cares, and really wants to know everything about me as a person, and what I'm interested in. And with we have an IRA account that's also with TD Ameritrade, and it's grown quite a bit because she has offered information on stocks, companies that are more long-term, I guess, and more personalized for the strategy that I was interested in, am interested in for my IRA. Investiva has helped me with budgeting tremendously. I have become much more interested in making our home budget, our budget for our home, work. With kids, it's very unpredictable. There are a lot of unexpected expenses. And as a matter of fact, I have a little example of a budget. So this is what we use, and we are learning a lot, and very grateful for her for helping us with that. So what I've learned from the Make Your Money Work for You PowerCourse is that I can make my money work for me. There are skills I need, and it takes work, and it's not something you just do on a whim, and I learned that the hard way. I've also completely changed my mindset around money, which is the first module, which is appropriate. And growing up in the South, I don't know, I'm not sure where it came from, but have always been very timid about money and notice that people don't like to talk about money. And I have a friend who will actually start screaming, I don't want to hear about money. I don't want to talk about money. I don't want to talk about money. So it's, her course is very deliberate. It's very organized. It's very thorough. And I'm learning a lot. I have made $16,000, which I've used for medical expenses that I have to pay out of pocket. But I'm so grateful to have had that. And it's such a gift to be able to go into one of my portfolios and with the knowledge and sometimes I consult, Kiana on different ideas about if it's a good time to shave off of this stock or the stock market is so unpredictable. I'm still learning how to read the technicals. And so I do like to go to her for advice, but I've made a lot more than I expected in just the 2 years that I've been with her. And I expect to make a lot more than that, a whole lot more than that. I was able to set up my first investment account before I was finished with the first module in the PowerCourse. So thanks to the PowerCourse and Investiva, I've been investing in a variety of equities, a lot of tech, some dividend companies, stocks for the long term in my IRA account. And we jumped into crypto. I forgot when that happened, but I love it and have been investing in that as well, in Bitcoin and some altcoins based on her knowledge and her understanding of the industry of blockchain, and the fact that she wrote the book for dummies, says it all. I can trust her. So I've been jumping into that as well. I started using the tactics from the PowerCourse right away. I felt comfortable doing that with Kiana's support. And the PowerCourse is so practical and easy to follow. And it's anyone, no matter what your background, can learn and understand Kiana's PowerCourse. The PowerCourse has helped me to put its knowledge to work by the fact that it is very easy to understand and comprehend, and it's practical and something you can use right away. And it's helped me decide which stock or which company I want to invest in, depending on the situation we might be in at the time. If we want more of a long-term asset, then, I use what I've learned from the PowerCourse to evaluate, what that would look like, what that company, just doing the work, that I've learned in the PowerCourse and working with Kiana. I've been able to decide, when and how and which companies to invest in. And it's really helped tremendously, mostly with my risk tolerance and impulsivity and impatience, which is now more patience and less impulsivity, which has made a huge, huge difference, worth every penny. Investiva has helped me to become much more confident in many ways, for many reasons. Much more confident in investing, much more confident in sticking with the budget, and just in general, and how I feel as a grown-up with children, and what I'm learning from Kiana. But also, I have a really cool friend in Kiana. I mean, she's like the bomb. You might want to edit that out, but I just think she is, oh my gosh. And I sounded so country the last time I said this, but my husband walked in one day and I was watching a replay and she was on and he was listening, and then he saw her and he's like, well, she's a very attractive woman. I said, yes. And she's hilarious and so smart. so smart. I mean, he already knew she was smart because he's seen what I've been able to do working with her and with the PowerCourse. She's she, if it were anyone else, I'm not sure I'd do it. I've also printed out or taken pictures of little things Kiana would put in the messenger, like patience is a profitable virtue. And, I know she knows what she's talking about. So seeing that every day on my little bulletin board and reminding myself, and, it's, I don't feel like I have to push through anymore. Kiana has held my hand anytime I've asked. She's always there, always kind, humble, with an ear ready to listen, and always ready to help look up any information I have questions about or explain something to me. She doesn't sugarcoat anything. She's very kind, and she's led me well, very well, with her very kind hand. Investiva has definitely helped me has empowered me actually to tackle a male-dominated industry. I've never been more driven in my life, and I've not given it a second thought. I don't know when things will change for women, but I think things are definitely better for sure, based on just commercials on television and how things are in just our culture in general. Although I think there need to be many more women empowered, because I think we're more patient sometimes, and when we're not, oh crap, I don't want to go into why, because I'm not a psychologist. The fact that she is one strong woman and is such an amazing servant leader and an example of fearlessness when it comes to this industry. And the fact that I loved watching her run around New York City defending Bitcoin and blockchain, and calling out dudes who've been in the industry for 50, 60 years and not blinking about it. I was rolling. I think it's amazing, and it's empowered me tremendously. And I think it's silly when men think that women or yoga instructors who are women. As a friend of mine thought was hilarious that I was playing the stock market now. Not a mailman, but a male friend thought it was really funny that I was involved in the stock market, and he's a good friend, but I don't know if it's because I'm a girl or yoga teacher, but she has definitely empowered me in a lot of ways. I see myself in 5 years with a much larger portfolio, much more comfortable and ready to retire. So my husband can come home from work finally and not have to work until he's 70, and be able to enjoy this beautiful life we've been given. And once I overcome Lyme, I'm going to be ready to go do stuff, and I will be set and in a good position for that because of Investiva. And I believe I'll be able to help so many people. I really have a passion for helping others, and I believe that will set me up for that too. The top 3 things that Kiana has helped me with are patience, stopping that silly, impulsive business that I used to be involved in with the stock market, and giving me confidence, and digging into this again, and rekindling this love for finance and world economy that I realized I enjoyed in college. and she's fun. She's a bright light in my week every week, and I look forward to it every single week. She's just, I love that she can laugh at herself, and she's just a beautiful human being. So what I would say to other moms who are considering joining Investiva, do it. Nothing to lose, everything to gain. You will not regret one penny, one moment of your time with Kiana and Investiva. I truly believe that the way I grew up and my personal experiences with money and watching my mom when my dad passed away unexpectedly, without any accident insurance. He had his own business, so she was stuck with all of these cars, you know, and they just started doing well, but she was working full time at Social Security, and we lived in a nice home that they had built. We built ourselves in the woods. Lovely home and lovely life. And all of a sudden, you know, overnight, she had to take on 2 extra jobs. She would work at H&R Block during tax season after working all day at Social Security. Then she'd come home and do Mary Kay and go to my ball games when I was a majorette and have her little commercial over the announcement for her Mary Kay. She'd have that going on. And I worked out of town. So it was a 20-minute drive for her every day, at least one way. So, you know, back and forth, and then traffic, and cook dinner every single night. Found a way to do it. I don't know how. I don't have that gene or genetic makeup. I don't think. Maybe I do. It's just not that I haven't found it. I haven't found it necessary. Thank goodness. She did what she had to do, and we had government cheese for a while. We had to, had the benefit, the blessing of being able to go to a food pantry, and she always fed me. I did not get the designer clothes, but she worked hard to keep the roof over our heads, the home that I was growing up in. And eventually I was able to get some designer clothes, and I did get to go to college and join a sorority, but she worked so hard that she had her first heart attack at 50. Her, the thing that kept her going was sweet tea and a drive to take care of me and to become financially independent, because all of those years, she had, you know, someone else there to help, even just emotionally support. And so my entire marriage, I've gotten a little more comfortable recently, probably because of what I'm doing with Kiana and Investiva. But prior to that, I always had this feeling in my gut, what if something were to happen? What would I do? I don't have a college degree even, and so just to have that financial freedom, or the potential of the financial freedom, was huge for me. And that was a big part in my deciding to go ahead and do this, because I know my mom would want that and had wanted that for me, and wanted me to be in an investment club. And that's what this is. I mean, it was in the beginning when I started. My brother, on the other hand, who's 12 years older than I am, was raised a little differently. Dad was still around, but my mom was not working as much, and I didn't get to see her. I didn't even get to spend time with her to talk much at all, unless I pinned her down in the kitchen. My brother got to go downtown Birmingham every Saturday, and from what I understand, it was all little boys. He got to make a deposit. He's much older than I say much older than I am. He's 62. I think I just gave away my age. But anyway, he was able to make a little deposit every Saturday and they got a prize for making their deposits. So he learned how to save, and he knew how to manage money when he left home and went to school, went to college, and I did not. And I paid heavily for it. Mom paid heavily for it, and had to work even harder because I did not have any idea of how to manage money. You know, when Dad died, everything just kind of stopped, and it was just work, 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 work. She's a workhorse. I never saw her. She was working and cooking. I don't even know how she cooked supper every night, but she did. And then she would be cleaning the kitchen until 10 o'clock at night, and I'd have to beg her to come watch a TV show with me. So once a week, she'd watch Happy Days with me. Oh my gosh, I'm giving my age away a lot. Or she'd pick another one, you know, Love Boat or something. But I never got to see my mom ever because of how much she had to work to keep things going. And she did well and was able to leave, you know, a nice chunk for my brother and I. But I was not, didn't have the pleasure of spending time with my mom. And that's important to me with my daughter. And I'm really grateful to have that ability and to be in a position where I can be available for her at any given moment. And now that she's getting older, it's whenever she decides. And so I want to definitely be there when she's ready to spend time with me. I want to see what's going on with her. I want to know what's happening so that, you know, she's hurting or, you know, we can talk, and we have a great relationship. It's been extremely expensive, financially and emotionally and spiritually. And that's how I found yoga. I was not able to run or kickbox or do any of the other types of working out that I used to do. And I wasn't able to work like I used to. So all of that came to a screeching halt. And I did keep trying, keep pushing, and I would end up in the bed for days. And I did that about 5 times. I'm hard-headed. I think I mentioned that. It took a few times. I was like, surely this isn't happening. I knew I'd been bitten. I knew I'd had, you know, an illness from it. So, not being a millionaire, because I am a yoga instructor, although I'm paid in many, many other ways, and I've been to many trainings and have enjoyed being able to do that. It has been extremely taxing on our finances and stressful. Although, because of Investiva and Kiana, I have been able to make a nice chunk of money to be able to scrape off just enough to cover my monthly needs over the last year. It's been wonderful, and we're very grateful for that. And my husband it just is a huge relief for him. He doesn't talk a lot about it because he knows I'm managing it, and he knows that it's taken care of, and that I've got Investiva and Kiana, and we've got a lot of other things to worry about other than money. So it's been nice to have that freedom